to the Speedy Tribe. How we doing, man? Back with another video. And the topic of discussion today is to be great, you must renew your mind, man. Now, we all grown up in situations and went through things in life to where we were mediocre at once, right? Growing up, man, you notice everybody is doing the same thing, man. So what are you really doing to really counteract, that narrative of, being like everybody else, man? How different do you want to be from the rest of the crowd? Because you gotta understand, when you grow up in society, it is commonplace and highly likely for everybody else to do the same exact thing the next person is doing, only because we live in the monkey see, monkey do culture. So it's already normalized for you to do the same thing. That's why you see a lot of people lined up for Jordans and games and all these other things. I'm not the type of person to line up for a Jordan, right? Like line up in line for Jordans, but I'm the type of guy to line up for a book in Barnes and Nobles to actually, help cultivate my consciousness, only because I'm different like that. How different are you, man? Like, how are you consuming things? Are you welcoming, like, what kind of energy are you welcoming around yourself? Because you gotta understand that the energy that you are around every day, like, let's break it down to simple terms, very fundamental, like, terms, man. If you breathe, if you give out positive energy, if you are around positive people, if you speak positively, if you will attract all of those things. You got people out here literally willingly putting themselves in negative situations and then be wondering why their lives are negative, filled with negativity. That's the laws of the universe, bro. That's just the way everything goes. So you got to understand the overall psychological circle of that. You know what I'm saying? When you understand that, you'll know, I got to be different. I got to rewind my brain to manifest, certain things so I could be great in life. People settle for mediocrity, right? Because that's really all they know. They never was exposed to certain people of higher consciousness who came before them to show them certain things to help, elevate them. And this is why I say meeting people is very important, because we all human, man. We all learn things from each other. You know what I'm saying? It's reasons why I always reach out to people and I always ask questions and I always want to pick somebody's brain, only because I want to rewire my own brain. It's reasons why I go out my way to read books. I'm going to tell y'all, man, a quick story about me, bro. My vernacular, my delivery, my speech patterns were shitty, man. I didn't know how to do none of this. But deep down in my heart, I always wanted to be different. I just didn't know what approach to take to be different. This is why I practiced semen retention for 3 years. I'm on my 3rd year of that. You know what I'm saying? It's reasons why I read every day. It's reasons why I traveled. It's reasons why, I do meditation. It's reasons why I do a lot of things for personal development. It's because I want to be my greatest version of me. So in order to be the greatest version of me, I must tap into different, windows, right? To know myself, right? So I can elevate and try to better myself at things that I have interest in doing or being or wanting. You know what I'm saying? It all takes that hard work and dedication. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in the mental hard work and dedication before you do anything physical, bro. Because you understand the energy you're putting into yourself, you're internalizing, is the energy that's going to attract you on a physical form as well. I literally remember like sitting there in my apartment when I used to live, you know what I'm saying, back in my, like 2-3 years ago before I moved to California. I literally remember waking up every day, affirming that I will be in California, affirming that I will meet these type of people, affirming that, I will attract these type of people in my life and have this type of money, bro, I swear. And I said it with so much positivity and conviction in myself, bro. I really manifested that because I really believed it. You know the old saying, you ask and you shall receive? Like, it's really that simple. You ask for negativity, that's what you're going to get. But you got to rewire your brain to think on a more positive terms, especially if you're trying to be great. If you're trying to be great, you got to do everything different. You got to unlearn and relearn. We've all been indoctrinated with doctrines that's not, that's not helping us. And we just accept it and run with the doctrine that we're given, at our adolescence, At your adolescence, when you're given something, you just run with it and just grow up with it, and then don't even try to reset it or rewire it or retweak it or do anything. You just run with it your whole life. And then subconsciously you seeing everybody else rise up and be greater versions of themselves while you just still there at square one, not understanding why I can't elevate, yo. It's because the doctrine is your mindset. You got to rewire that in order to be different. I was different than all my friends growing up. You know what I'm saying? All my friends wanted to be thugs. All my friends wanted to be in the streets. All, like, not all of them, but I had a few dudes that I hung out with. All of them subjected themselves to destitution in regards to just wanting to be, you know, a hood dude, stay in the hood and do these type of things. No knock to them, because that's the way they want to live their life. But for me, I had bigger plans, and I knew I had to do something different. I knew I had to be way different. I had to rewire my brain. I couldn't be in the hood all day. I had to look. This is what I did. I woke up, I got ready, brushed my teeth, got showered, you know what I'm saying, got ready, went wherever I needed to go, went through the hood with my headphones on. What up, what up, what up, what up? Keep it moving. That's because even in those times, I was rewiring myself and I was practicing how to be great. I was practicing discipline. I was practicing certain ways. I can't do this because I know the result of this. I know the cause and effect to this. When you know those things, when you understand, overstand, and you see it from experience through other people's trial and error, you know not to go down those type of avenues, the rabbit holes. Those rabbit holes are deadly, man, if you let yourself, go through it. So what I did was, at an early age, listen, I'm gonna be different. This is literally how I was talking about. I'm gonna be different, flexing and everything. I'm gonna be different. How I'm gonna be different? All right, you in special ed classes, bro. Nobody really know that. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? The energy that I got, that the sad energy and the negative energy I feel about myself being in special ed, I'm going to internalize that, and I'm going to turn it into positive energy. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to buy all these dictionaries. I'm going to buy books. I'm going to do all these things. This is me in high school. This is me sophomore year in high school. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, I'm doing all of this. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to listen to different music too. Because you got to understand, music is a big form of food. It's another form of food. It's huge food that we consume on a daily. When you consume music that is low frequency and it keeps you at a low level of consciousness and frequency, you will attract those type of things in life. I promise you that. Subconsciously, you don't know why you're attracting that, but it's because of that. You got to change what you eat. You know what I'm saying? It's reasons why people in certain religions don't eat certain things, because they believe or they know that it ties into the rewiring of their energy and their brain. So when you understand that part too, I took it so far. When I was in high school, I got books, I got dictionaries, I read every day. Every day I read a new word. I educated myself on what the word meant. I used it. People like, yo, how you know this? I don't tell them my secrets, but listen, I pride myself only because I wanted to rewire myself. Got to college, you know what I'm saying? How I'm gonna get better? How I'm gonna get better? I started looking for more things to research. I just, from that point in high school until now, I'm still a research junkie, and I don't research just on the surface. I dive deeper into things. I get lost in the rabbit hole sometimes. Be hard to come out that shit sometimes, but I get lost in there. I pride myself on semen retention. I advise all men to do semen retention. That's gonna be my next video too, but it is probably one of the greatest things you ever do. I'm 3 years in only because I did this back in 2017. I had one of my boys come to me with a challenge talking about, yo, try this for a month. That's one thing I don't take lightly. I don't take challenges lightly. I ended up doing it for a whole year after that. He told me a month. I said 1 year. That's how different I want to be from people. To the point he was like, damn, bro, I didn't know you was going to go that far with it. And when you do that, you understand you're rewiring your brain in itself. You're rewiring your brain from depleting yourself of vital life forces that are very essential for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not watching porn. You're not jerking off. You're not just busting like that. You gotta understand, you have the ability to make another human being. How are you just depleting yourself of that energy like it's nothing? I know people who just, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not perfect, because I used to be one of them. I used to be the same exact person. I used to be a shell of myself at one point. You know what I'm saying? And I used to do all of that, and I used to just let loose all the time. But in order to conquer those type of demons, you got to rewire your brain. You got to build discipline. You got to build mental fortitude. You got to build a lot of things in order for you to be great. You got to be different. You can't be the same as everybody else if you want to be great. And that's what I knew at an early age, and it carried over until now. I just came off a 6-month stint of semen retention only because I wanted to challenge myself. Again. And every time and every journey I do, because you gotta understand, I do, sometimes I do 2 months, I do 3 months, I do a year, I do 6 months. Like, it varies, but at the same time, it's still a journey, because in those times, you learn more about yourself. You manifest way more things. You get to focus on your purpose more. You get to attract the things you want, be it women, be it business, be it money, be it anything, any good energy, anything you want to attract, you can attract, especially on image, because you got to understand, you're focusing your whole energy on something else other than sex. When you focus your energy on everything other than sex, anything other than sex, is a very strong turnover from, the usual. So you got to understand, you got to be different, man. You got to rewire your brain. That's part of rewiring your brain too. You know what I'm saying? You got neurotransmitters in your brain. You got dopamine receptors. When you let those off, it's equivalent to, you know what I'm saying, snorting cocaine or hitting that heroin. Like, it's literally the equivalent of that. So when you're just doing that all day, every day, you wonder why you become addicts of it. You see heroin addicts, you see coke addicts, like, they got the same thing going on, but you just got a different form of it by the way through jerking off, masturbation, and sex and shit like that. So you got to learn how to conquer those demons. In order to conquer those demons, you got to rewire your brain. You feel me? So you got to just keep doing that. And especially during this quarantine time, everybody booed up and clued up and booed up and dude up, right? During this quarantine time, all they doing is depleting themselves of their energy, which is honestly, they're making themselves more susceptible to attract any virus. Because you understand, when you let go of your vital life forces, that's equivalent to so many things. Like, you let all your vitals go. Your vitamins, your vital life forces, you're letting it go. And when you do that, your immune system becomes weak and eventually compromised. Hear me? So, in order to be different, you got to know that. You got to know the power of that. You got to know the power of manifestation. You got to know the power of all these things, the following things that I named. Everything I just said, you have to know the power of it. Don't just know it. Don't just merely know it. Know the power of it and how you can use it to your advantage to renew your mind, man. You heard? That's the video for today, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do everything you want to do with the video. And just know life is speedy. So go. I'm out.
And we putting it on wax. It's the new